subscribers. I knew you'd come. Hello everyone, it's Rick C. This is the third fucking time I've tried to do this. First time, one drop, the fucking thing, what's it called, Upload Studio, like crashed, I don't know fucking why. And this time I had to go and redo it because the fucking Ethernet cord got unplugged. I hope this is only the third time is the charm here. Random Runs Rampant, folks. This is the review we're doing today. Now, let me explain. I've already fucking explained it twice already, and I have to explain it again. The Random Runs Rampant, basically, everything's random. The power of the random button or the analog stick going down and up the match options is how things are decided. Who a champion will face for their title. Just a lot of factors could play into the Random Runs Rampant thing. We're not gonna waste any time. Oh my god, folks, I'm sick of it. I just want to get this done. So many interruptions, I swear. But like I was saying, folks, hopefully you understand the concept. You'll probably understand it as soon as I get done. Now, the first opening matchup was for the Extreme Championship. John Cook defends the Extreme Championship against Tex Hampton, VGW legend. And I believe he's the correct me if I'm wrong, say this, but Tex Hampton is also, from what I think, a third-generation superstar. The son of somebody. I believe it was, I can't think of the name, but I know who it is. He was one of the last guys in the Rumble that Stink won. But John Cook defends the title against Tex Hampton, Bruiser Bonifer, The Bully, Manavo, and Attack Slug in an over-the-top battle royale. And this matchup was all around the place. But in the end, John Cook retains the Extreme Championship. Congratulations to John Cook. We're still waiting for him to be uploaded so we can get him for CWA. Lol. Next, we have Skull Crusher versus the Lost Brother. And the random stipulation for this match was a steel cage. And these two had a 6-minute war, 6 minutes of complete war. But in the end, the Lost Brother would defeat Skull Crusher. And Skull Crusher, would walk in the ring, offer the hand. The Lost Brother would go for it, but then Skull Crusher nutted the Lost Brother, like low blowed him. Ay. Excuse me. Anyway, we're moving on now to the GTS United States Championship. We saw Duhop defend the title against Matthias Glass, Ulfric Strongclaw, and Connor McCabe in a fatal 4-way. I believe it was Extreme Rules. And these four went all over the place. But in the end, to the disdain of the fans in the audience, Duhop retained. However, they were soon rejoicing as Ace Marksman, who had won a Junk on the Truck briefcase battle royale, would come out and cash in his Junk on the Truck on Duhop. They had a bit of a fight, but in the end, Duhop was just too weak. And Ace Marksman walks out the new United States champion. Hence that little promo you saw when I announced the GTS Takeover 2. Those two will face up at GTS Takeover 2. Next, we see the Monster Hunter Challenge. Charles Dante Dillinger faces those dang dirty clowns. And Dillinger, he had a bit of a struggle fighting these guys. It was, super heavyweights, he's a lightweight. He fought. But those dang dirty clowns, they rolled him up. They got him on the fruit roll, the schoolboy. And they pinned him 1, 2, 3. Those dang dirty clowns. They pinned him 1, 2, 3 because of the schoolboy roll up. Lucky for us, he did get his revenge on the build-up to GTS Takeover 2. But yeah, those dang dirty clowns. Then we move on to the GTS Tag Team Championships. as we see, before we go on, let's talk about what happened at the beginning of this video. Skullcrusher walks up to the locker. He says, you know, you don't trust me after the night. I'm sure of that. But what do you say we team up? And the Lost Brother's like, I'll have to think about that. Skull's like, take your time, take your time. Skull Locker walks off. And then we get on to the tag team match, which announced was an elimination tag team match. The McCabe brothers taking the place of Team Blazegrass, who were attacked by the Lone Wolves. Team Blazegrass got taken out by the Lone Wolves. So the McCabe's won a tournament because, well, they were exposed just a little bit earlier. About a week later, they were exposed as being the masterminds behind the attack on Team Blazegrass. So yeah, the McCabe's basically stole Team Blazegrass's opportunity, but Blazegrass still will get their opportunity if they can defeat Dalton Hawkins and Mason Voorhees at GTS TakeOver 2. So hopefully they can face off. But the McCabe's, who, again, I must stress, robbed Team Blazegrass thanks to some backstage controversy of their title shot. And they battled Cake and Bishop in an elimination tag team match. And the McCabe's eliminated Cake near the end of the match. This match was epic, folks. Let's face facts. This match was epic. The McCabe's eliminated Cake Line with the Unicorn Stampede, or with the Pumpkin Stampede. I'm sorry. I had to say. I'm sorry. The Pumpkin Stampede. And Bishop just basically says, okay, let's get serious. Gets in that ring. Gets Connor McCabe. Grabs Brian McCabe. Gets him with the Cranium Slam, which is the Claw Slam. And eliminates him. Connor McCabe comes in. The moment he steps in, he gets Irish whipped off the ropes. Caught into a catching choke slam. And loses. They lose. The McCabe's lose. Bishop eliminates the McCabe in quick succession. And the Unholy Alliance retain. And Bobby, Cake's dad, comes back and he's like, son, Cake, what happened out there? You almost lost the titles. And he's like, you gotta get rid of that mask, son. It's hurting you, and it's hurting the both of you. Cake's just like, lay off. And with the recent, situation with Cake and Bishop, I'm pretty sure that reinforces the fact that Bobby wants that mask to be taken off. Next is the GTS Women's Championship match. As we see Lodestar Luminous, the Women's Champion, who will, of course, be making a return to 2K18. That's official. She faces Mary, one-on-one, for the ladder match. That was the stipulation chosen for the Grimm's Toy Show Women's Championship. And Lodestar, these two went to war. In the 9 minutes they faced off, they went to war. But in the end, a powerbomb on the outside, I think a little bit onto a chair, is what ended Mary. Is what ended Mary's hopes. But hopefully one day she could be a women's champion again. Mary had a huge hand in becoming, reviving the women's division. So hopefully she can get another title eventually. I really hope she does. We move on then to the GTS Championship. Pete Corvus in this match, he's the champion. Galindo has a rematch clause, and the random selected participant, Jin Tanaka. I believe he's Japanese and he's a cyborg. That's what I like about. I'm a mark for Jin. And this match was off the wall, but in the end, a shocking victory for Jin Tanaka. Somehow, someway, he beat Pete Corvus and Galindo for the GTS Championship. Not only winning his first World Championship, but he became the first VGW original to win a GTS title. And the guy only just debuted this year. That's great stuff for him. Great stuff for Jin. And with Pete Corvus, how he just completely killed Galindo at the GTS build-up, at TakeOver 2's build-up, I had to think that Pete Corvus is really wanting to get his title back. Next is the GTS Intercontinental Championship. A fatal 4-way match. Jimmy Controversy defends against... Oh, let me think here. Landscaper, Kevin Bourne, and VGW original and veteran, Terry Bison. I believe that is which one it was. Was it Terry Bison? In a Falls Count Anywhere fatal 4-way. And yes, it was. It was Terry Bison, one half of the Bison brothers. VGW legend. So yeah, Terry Bison. These four went to war against each other. I say war a lot, but that's what it was, a war. And somehow, someway, little Jimmy Controversy wins again. How does this kid do it? How does this kid do it? How does he win? I don't know how he does it. But suffice to say, unlike Doo-Wop, the fans were happy to see that. But you never know. At GTS TakeOver 2, Drax Mason might take the Intercontinental title. You never know. Up next, after a month of waiting, finally, Matthew reveals the match he has chosen with his Pandora's box. Now, GTS Pandora, Matthew, a pay-per-view made by Matthew, said, you know, the winner of the ladder match would get a title, whatever match they wanted. And he got it. And you know, the match that he chose shocked me. He chose to face Status Quo in a 3 stages of film match, and this matchup was it was easily one of the top 3 matches of the night. It was the best match of the night. It was this, the tag match, and the Intercontinental title match that were all just phenomenal matches. This went on for almost an hour. But in the end, Status Quo would win the match. They both would have to recover from injuries after that hellacious encounter. But also I want to thank Wednesday Matthew for not cashing in on asking for a tag title shot, considering the current storyline with considering what I want to do with my guys heading into, you know, the Super Pop Memorial Show. So thanks for that, Matthew. I appreciate that, man. And then after that epic encounter, we move on to Giant Leather. This match right here was the match. Giant Leather defends the YouTube Wrestling Figures Heavyweight Championship against Matthew Hardcastle in a last man standing match. And this matchup, it was back and forth. Matt had a good showing, but in the end, Giant Leather would retain, and Vendetta, Slender, and Sprinkles all would come out and start clapping for a Giant Leather. So who could stop Giant Leather? Well, before I go, we got a little time left, so I might as well go ahead and give you the confirmation of the card of GTS TakeOver 2. Why not? Here we go. For the matches I have down, for the matches I have decided, and I'm sure by now you should know, are a grudge match between the McCabe's and the Lone Wolves. We have Ace Marksman and Doo-Wop for the U.S. Championship. We have John Cook defending the Extreme Championship against Kamikaze in Extreme Rules. We have Sheamus and Boom versus the Unholy Alliance for the tag titles. We have Jimmy Controversy versus Drax Mason for the Intercontinental Championship. We have a match where the winners will face whoever wins the tag team titles tonight. Will face them at the Memorial Show. Drax Mason, no, Dalton Hawkins and Mason Voorhees versus Team Blazegrass. The women's championship, the women's title match. Lodestar Luminous defends against Catherine Oxley. I put Caitlyn by mistake, but I meant Catherine. It's still a rain check on this. There's one match I still got a rain check on, but hopefully it'll be confirmed soon. Dr. K made the challenge to the Dangerous Alliance. Vendetta, Sprinkles, and Slender versus Matthew, Brother, and Skull Crusher. So we'll see if Skull Crusher and Lost Brother are up to that match. But Matthew's up for it apparently. Like he said earlier today, he's up for it. So hopefully all three of them are up for it, and they all face off in an epic elimination tag team match. And then we will have Jin Tanaka defend the GTS Championship against Pete Corvus in an unspecified match. I don't know what. Status can make that whatever he wants. And the main event of the evening, folks, will be a Hell in a Cell for the YouTube Wrestling Figures Heavyweight Championship. Giant Leather will defend against Charles Dante Dillinger. And oh man, the stakes that Charlie was going to have. What can he do to defeat Giant Leather's a monster, folks. Do you put in the comments? Do you believe that Charlie can defeat Giant Leather? I believe he can. A Status even said he can. He believes he can. The Monster Hunter could very well finish his list if he defeats Leather, and he could become the first ever Community Creations superstar to win a world championship. That could be absolutely awe-inspiring. But only time will tell if he can actually pull it off. Anyway, this is my review of VGW Random Runs Rampant, the pay-per-view I made up. I didn't book the whole thing, but I made it up. Thank you, Status, for making the idea out to come to life, and thanks for watching. Gotta work on more reviews, and I will see you all in the next video. Hopefully House Show 4 will come out this week. Love ya.